Hello, friends. How are you? How's things where you are? Um, I mean, I guess if you're anywhere in the United States right now, there's probably snow. It seems like the entire country has had snow, and that's wild to me. Funny though, I was texting a friend yesterday who's from upstate New York, and they don't have snow, but Florida does, and Houston does. Interesting. Um, I'm tired. We had a bit of a scare yesterday. We've had a bit of a scare for a week now. We finally DJ's not been great. If you haven't met DJ on the show, he's been on the show a few times. He's my dog. He's a Labradorweenie, and he is about 12 years old. I got him almost 12 years ago, so March will be 12 years. So he's an elderly gentleman, and he's been having some problems lately, and we've been trying to keep an eye on it. But he has a dog door, so he kind of comes and goes as he pleases. And it was only within the last week that we noticed, since this weekend basically, that we noticed he was acting a little bit off, not being himself, hiding from us, which is common for his breed. When they're having issues, they'll tend to want to hide. And it was a little scary, but he had a bad day, and then he had a good day, and then he had a bad day, and we were a little bit worried about it. So last night we said, all right, tomorrow, if he's not better tomorrow, meaning today, we'll take him to the vet and see what's up. But we just couldn't wait. We had to go to the ER. He was throwing up a lot. Had been for a few days, not holding his food down. Like I said, he had a good day the day before. He ate and was seemed to be fine. And then yesterday he seemed fine all morning, and then in the afternoon he just started throwing up again and started hiding from us and going outside. And then last night at about 8 or 9 o'clock, he started trying to dig under the porch, which is his like, I'm gonna go. Being a dog, he's that dog that's like, I'm gonna go die under the porch and just not be a burden or whatever. And so we had to tell him no and bring him inside. And I boarded that area of the porch up, and we made the decision at like 9:30 to go to the vet or go to the ER. And he's gonna be okay. He has a case of pancreatitis right now, so we have him on a bunch of anti-nausea medicines, antibiotics, and acids and that kind of stuff. And I'm feeding him chicken and rice, which he absolutely loves. Like, Dad's cooking for me. He's in heaven. But that being said, he's okay. But he's also at that age, where for so long with a pet, you get to just pretend like they're always going to be there, and you don't have to worry about anything. And then they reach a point, you know, uh, where you realize that's not the case. I mean, intellectually we all know that's not the case, but it doesn't really hit home until stuff like this starts to happen. At 12 years old, when you're like, wait, does he have cancer? Does he have this? Um, I let them do all of the tests last night. Like, when they came out of the car, I just said, do whatever he needs. I don't care. Which cost me a lot of money, like a lot of money. Interesting. Like the day before, I was looking at buying a new bass guitar, and I didn't. And the he cost more than that. Basically, he cost almost double what that bass guitar was going to cost me. So I took him to the doctor today, and he's doing okay today. And she said, finish this medication, keep him on this restricted diet for a while, and see how he's doing. If she thinks he'll be fine, we think he's fine. Like, we think he's got quite a bit of time left. Years left in him. But the reflection of that is that's true for humans too, right? My parents are getting up there. You know, my dad will be 80 this year. He's less capable than he's ever been, and that's scary. Um, I'm gonna go spend a week with him in a little while, in a couple weeks, and that'll be good. Like, I enjoy hanging out with him, and because I recognize, these are the sunset years, right? This is the time when you go, man, I really wish I'd have done this. I wish I'd have done that. Um, I don't have that kind of regret or anything, and part of that is because I do get to go. I live close, so I get to go see him or whatever. But when it's the pet and they can't tell you what's wrong, they can't tell you where it hurts or why it hurts. It's tough, you know. It's real tough when my kid cried some tears for him on Monday because he was so miserable on Monday, and Malia cried some tears for him yesterday, and it's gonna be fine. But there are lots of beings in my life right now that I have to consider how much time I have left with them, and reflecting on that is not healthy. It's better to reflect on the time that you have left and making the most of it. So that's what I'm going to go do. Go spend some time with my dog and pay his bills. Good Lord. An emergency room visit with a dog is a very different experience because you realize, like, I have to pay whatever it is. There's no insurance, you know. An emergency room visit with a human is much different because you're like, well, I'll go there and it'll be a couple $100. When it's the dog, and it's like, do I want to spend this kind of money right now? Do I think he's going to be okay? Or we're just going to wait this out? It feels so wrong to just wait it out, right? It feels like, oh, man, am I messing this guy up because I'm being cheap or whatever? But he's worth it. He's a good boy. Okay, enough being a morose. What do you got going on in your life? Hopefully you're driving safe and you're not on fire and the world isn't crashing and burning around you. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We have been learning 12 things to know before letting go. We are on number 12. Sometimes walking away is the only way to win. Never waste your time trying to explain yourself to people who have shown they don't care. In other words, don't define your intelligence by the number of arguments you may have won, but by the number of times you have said, this needless nonsense is not worth my time. I've had to learn that very much the hard way with people in my past who are still in my present, unfortunately. Just walk away. It's super valuable.